Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so sorry for the delay. So sorry for the delay with this Dexter Resurrection review. I actually had the notes and everything. I've had them done since Saturday. Just been sitting on them. I don't know what the heck is going on. Anyway, we're here. We're here as promised. We're here at episode 7, course correction. So let me be formal. This is your review for Dexter Resurrection, Season 1, Episode 7, Course Correction. So we were back with Prater and all the people. He has them at an undisclosed location. We still can't locate the tattoo killer. You won't. What was his name? Loyal? Yeah, we won't be seeing him anymore. Mia has also committed in jail last night. And so we toast to her memory. And of course, Dexter is now sitting around like, because he know what he's done. But when it comes to her, yeah, y'all absolutely took her out. And he's doubting whatever it is that they're trying to tell him about Mia's passing. Because ain't no way she did that. Ain't no way. And she didn't. We all know. Harrison, he's on a play date with Elsa. She brings up her landlord, and she says that she can't get him on the line, and she's, she asks questions about Dexter. And when that was kind of like a, what you mean you can't locate this landlord? It's a part of me felt like, did Harrison really do something to the man, but tell himself that he didn't? Because how come the landlord is not answering her phone calls? She ain't seen him. She can't get in touch with him. Something that I know that was a detail given to us for, one of them little Easter egg type of situations. It was a reason for her to mention that, because otherwise, what's the point? Anyway, she asked about Dexter and how things are going with him. And he shares how things are moving, forward positively. He's been very helpful in him making better choices, all of that. Back over at the castle with Prater and them. Dexter gets a text from Harrison at the same time. Harrison he's going to go forward with school, and he wants to do criminal justice. How ironic. Just like your grandfather. He wants to do criminal justice, and he's they're texting or whatever, and he's interrupted by Prater. He wants Dexter to do show and tell. But first up, we're going to have the ponytail killer. So he gets up first, and, he puts he gives us the vantage point from his helmet camera. And he's out in the park. So we see what he does. He snatches unsuspecting women straight off the trail. Just straight off the trail. He done pretended to fall off his bike. And so, of course, the girl that's running in the park, she comes to help. And, of course, he attacks her. And he's just so proud of himself while he's watching himself take this lady out, just laughing as he suffocates her. I was like, this is crazy. He's crazy. Get him out of here, Dexter. He should have been first on the list. He's crazy. Dexter is mad. He doesn't really like the rehashing of this, because, first of all, what are y'all doing? These are innocent people. Again, Dexter don't hurt people that don't need hurting. He's definitely a vigilante. And listen, take the trash out. Thank you, Dexter. He goes to the bathroom. Because he got to get in character, because he's up next to do show and tell. And he's in there having a conversation with Harry about, this little social club that he's in. Harry don't really feel it. He's not really feeling it. He don't really like that you cosplaying red. Like, this is really a lot. We need to rethink this, and your new friends that you done made. Uma Charlie, she comes to get him, and then he goes up there and gives his best performance. It's more like a speech. It's more like a, sorry, getting the text message. It's more like a speech. And so the people are just listening. I wasn't sure about Prater and how he was feeling about it because, you know, he was just looking at Dexter. But, you know, we later find out that he was enamored with it. We got Batista back at the police station. I wish he'd just go back to Miami. I really do. But he here at the police station. They're going back and forth about the facts of the case. There's just this one thing. You know, Mia's prints were on everything else but this watch. How come it's not on the watch? How come her prints aren't on the watch? She got all her other trophies with her prints on it, but she ain't touched this. How? How and why? That's, you know, that has them like, maybe she didn't do this. Maybe she didn't do this. Of course, that her partner, he's looking at everything face value. He ain't really digging. He ain't digging deep like Batista, because Batista, of course, has it all figured out. But I don't want him to. I really want him to go home. I really want him to go home. Stop trying to get Dexter in trouble. Anyway, Dexter, he sits with his peers. They're talking about his PowerPoint presentation. They tell him, you know, well, Prater he usually likes for us to go get into the details. He loves all the details. Uma Charlie comes and pulls Dexter away because Prater would like to speak to him privately. And this is when he tells him how great of a speech it was. He loved it. He enjoyed it. They sit down and chat. Prater shares about his parents being killed in a hit and run. He ended up writing the killer a letter. And he and the man became pen pals. And in that, he found out that that man was a whole serial killer. And that kind of really like sparked his interest in serial killers. Of course, the man then ends up, because he was on death row, so he ended up kicking the bucket. But that left him alone, so he had to start recruiting the serial killers to be his friends, like he had that other friend. And he said listening to Dexter share reminded him of his friendship with that first serial killer. He would love to form a friendship with him in that way. He gonna give him a letter that he wrote to him and everything. He is just so weird. This is the first letter he ever wrote me. Prater, please. Please. Batista pulls up to Dexter's apartment, the real one. The one he stay at underneath Blessing house. Blessing is outside. And he's just out there running his mouth. Just talking. Blessing, shut up. Please. Just telling all Dexter business. So you know he finna just sit there and wait on Dexter to come on home. Dexter, he goes over there, checks the temperature with Gemini 2.0, you know, telling him, basically, he come out clean just straight away. I know your secret. I know it's two of y'all. I know y'all twins. I know about all of that, you know. Dexter, you know, reassures him, you know, your secret is safe with me. I won't tell anyone. Gemini starts to share a little bit. Gemini 2.0 starts to share a little bit. Dexter, of course, plays to their ego because they are ego driven. You have to give them all the things. You got to really kiss their ass. You got to make them feel like they're the best. Okay. So Dexter does just that. He even shares a story about his own brother, you know, so we got some commonalities here. We see each other. Dexter tries to get into the specifics about, you know, how they've been able to keep up this charade for so long. And he says that they created a way to communicate. And Dexter was like, oh, you mean like the notes in the library? And he was like, how you know about them notes? Dexter tells him, oh, I apologize. I'm y'all's biggest fan. I'm just y'all's biggest fan. Then he goes a little further. And he was like, is it true that twins can feel each other's pain? Did you feel the sting in your chest around 8 p.m.? And Gemini 2.0 just kind of looking. And then they get into a little scuffle. He tried to get into a little scuffle with him. And Dexter gets him, of course. And he kills him in front of everybody. But, of course, he plays like, he attacked me. I just don't know what happened. He attacked me. He had to just do it. He had to just do it right there. Right there. He said it was easier. He said it was just going to be easier to do it that way. Of course, Uma Charlie is looking like, yeah, some ain't adding up. But anyway, it don't matter because Prater believed it. Harrison, he down to the schoolhouse, because he's about to do some orientation, and Dexter's supposed to be meeting him there. But while he's waiting, he meets this girl Gigi. She's Gigi Jane, Gigi Jones. Gigi Jones. She's a tour guide, and she's obviously gonna be Harrison's love interest. And Elsa better not be feeling a kind of way. Harrison, when you see Elsa, you better tell Elsa all about Gigi. Oh, I met this girl, Gigi. You're not feeling away, are you, friend? You know she gonna be feeling away. Fuck her. I'm tired of Elsa. What's the point? I don't really know why we got her character in the midst anyway. But I guess, let me not say that, because Sister Girl got her a job and we love it. I love to see a working actor, okay? Love to see it. Dexter, they finally get back, to the States, or where, because I don't even know where they were, but they finally get back, and Dexter sees that he's missed text messages from Harrison, and he just texts him, I'm on my way, and he, gets there right in time. Harrison is in there listening to a lecture, and Detective Neurodivergent, she come in and she finna give the lecture. I said, she sees both Dexter and Harrison. Makes eye contact with them and everything. So she gonna be wanting to see them after class for sure. But she's talking about another serial killer called the New York Ripper, whom they have not found, and we got to figure out who that is. And she in the middle of talking when Dexter come walking in, so everybody look back like, oh, who coming in? Who coming in here? And then should she really be showing these crime scene photos like to a group of civilians, to a group of students? I don't know, because they were graphic too. I was like, whoa, this is class. This is class, lady. This is a bit much. Anyway, because she was making everybody nervous with them pictures too. It was just a lot. People all dismembered and all of that. Ma'am, no. Harrison shares, that he's thinking about becoming a cop. Dexter ain't pressed. Just like your grandfather. It runs in the family. Your grandfather and your auntie, all of them, 12. everybody want to be 12 in the what's their last name? In the Morgan family. She walk up to them, talking to them, asking questions. Oh, your old colleague Batista was just around here. He paid me a visit, and asking him about being with Miami Metro. Hold that thought. Husband's calling. I'm back. Where was I in these notes, child? Listen, when somebody call and say, what you want to eat? You better answer. You better answer. Listen, don't you miss your meal. Don't you miss your meal. Because you say, I'm doing it. Don't miss the meal. Get you a meal when somebody say they're trying to give you a meal. Anyway, now I got to find my place in the nut. I don't know where I was in my nuts. Neurodivergent ran up on them at the thing. Batista, she tell them Batista is background still asking questions. Dexter, he flips it back. He's quick on his toes. And so he flips the story about Batista not taking it well after his partner was found. They found his partner to be the Bay Harbor butcher, and then he lost his woman in the line of duty, and it was a lot, and we just didn't know how Batista was gonna take it. He's just not been well mentally. He really paints a picture like Batista is not credible. On his way out, he gives his expert opinion on the blood splatter. Oh, the blood splatter evidence. I'm seeing, it feels like the murder weapon is something else. It seems like you need to be looking at something a little bit more sharp, and it's the sharp edge a little bit. You know how he is. Y'all know how he is. And he going on by his business. While Harrison, Harrison goes and flirts with Gigi Jones. Dexter goes and sits in the car. And when Harrison gets back to the car, he checks in with him, about how he's feeling, about finding out about Batista being back around there, asking questions. Dexter ain't worried. He ain't worried. He's not thinking about Batista. He don't feel like he a threat at all. But I think y'all better watch. I honestly think y'all better watch. Dexter, he gets back to his apartment and hold on, I don't want to jump ahead. Yeah. He gets back to his apartment and he adds Gemini 2.0's blood sample to his, collection. And then he hears some Spanish music coming from upstairs and he's like, Batista. He up there doing the merengue with the people. Just really in there tangoing it down. And he knows he's up there. He run up there and Batista, gives him a big hug. He got the pretend, got the mask. And he ends up giving Batista a ride back to his hotel. Let me give you a ride back to your hotel. Get you up out of here. Talking to my friend. Because Blessing talk too much. So, he don't know much, but Blessing is talking a lot. And while they're on the way to the hotel, he tells him, I need you to back off. Stay away from me. Stay away from my son. You need to back the fuck off. Batista ain't backing out. He can't let him get away with what he did. I can't let you get away with what you did to Dokes and Maria. First of all, please. We're not, okay? Deb killed Maria, so wrong road. And Dokes didn't kill, and he didn't kill Dokes either. It was that crazy lady he was fooling with. She did it. So that blood ain't even on Dexter's hands. Dexter was standing like this. He was prepared for his sister to take him out before she ever took Maria out. And so, shit happened. But don't blame Dexter. Not for Dokes and not for Maria. All them other folks that deserved, yeah. Dexter, he, like I said, he all but threatens Batista. Listen, I'm not fucking around with you. Leave me alone. We never had no problems. We don't need to have no problems. Like, listen, you was the homie. You was one of my best friends at one point. Please, can you just go? Can you just go? And on his way out, Batista gonna leave his AirPods in the door. I said, you finna track him. But listen, the shit gonna die. Then what? Because if it's anything like mine, you better keep it plugged up because it's about to die anyway. And you ain't going to be following them for long because as soon as it's dead, it's dead. But hopefully, Dexter cleans his car out regularly and he'll see it and throw it away. I don't know, but he about to follow Dexter straight to a meeting. Straight to Prater's house. Anyway, that's where we end out. We will be back this Friday. Well, no, I won't be back. Well, because Friday, guys, I'm traveling. Did I share with y'all that I was booked? I don't know if I shared with the people. I can't remember. I haven't shared with too many people. You can't share with too many people. But your girl booked a role in a feature film, and we are so excited about it. And I have to go to Cleveland on Friday. And we're gonna be there for however we're gonna be there. I be forgetting that I'm talking to the internet. But we got to travel to the Ohio. I'm excited. I really am. This is going to be the first one for me. So I'll report back. I'm definitely gonna report back. My experience on set, my experience with with the role, all of that, because I really can't say much about the role. Because I didn't even read for this role. It was just, the role was just given to me. Bless the Lord. And so I'm waiting on sides for her. I can't wait though. I'm really excited. I'm like on pins and needles wanting them to send me these sides. So I can get into this character and say, listen, I need to be able to make my choices. And I don't want to have to make my choices on the spot. So pray that the people send me something by today. Today, Lord, today. Today, Jesus. Please, God. Production, please send the stuff today in Jesus' name, so I can be prepared. Okay, make myself get myself ready. Anyway, that was just a little bit of my business. Until next time, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.